What is the greatest food sin you've seen someone commit? Disclaimer, I'm the someone. The sinner is me. I have a peanut allergy. So as a kid I was never able to have a PB&J. I did. However, really effing like tuna. Do you see where I'm going with this? One time, as a kid, when I had a babysitter, I came up with the idea of the beautiful, unholy TF&J, and requested it. She gave me the look and asked if that's what my parents gave me, and I said yes. Ick now. Like a liar. She made it. I consumed it. I effing loved it. I still eat it. Actually, I've even managed to convince my dad and a couple friends to try it after much trepidation on their end. But the ones who like tuna actually said it was good and the ones who didn't just thought it was fine. Whenever people hear about it for the first time, they freak the F out, and I live for it. I'm the proud keeper of this cursed artifact. This is what God gets for nerfing me with an allergy. Go forth and spread my vengeance. If you be brave enough to take the sweet, fishy plunge. Edit. Holy shit. The first award I've ever gotten, and it's on this underscore I'm proud. Thank you whoever gave it to me. Your reckoning will be the least painful. And for the record, I use strawberry jelly. What have you done? People are going to try this godforsaken snack. When we push the limits of humanity's hubris, we perish with honor or transcend beyond the need of God's approval. You woo. You woo. My sister eats green bell peppers filled with whipped cream. I have insisted from the very beginning that it's cursed and gross and wrong, and she just doesn't care. She's eaten them since she was maybe 7 or 8. I even tried it earlier this year, just so she couldn't say well you haven't tried it, and it's still gross. It tastes like you're having salad and dessert at the same time. It's like listening to music in stereo, where one ear is playing Bohemian Rhapsody and the other ear is playing Pop Candy. It's just awful, and she keeps doing it. Every time I hear the PSHHHT of the whipped cream can I just know she's filling up another green pepper. Her food disaster is my cross to bear. I once ate at a church potluck, where someone had filled those little sweet peppers with icing, and topped them with sprinkles. That's an abomination. Mayonnaise straight out of the tub. Spoon by spoon. A giant tub. Those baby-sized ones. As in the size of an actual human child. I nearly puked. I just threw up in my mouth a little. Agree. They should have added orange juice to the mayo jar. Putting mayonnaise in orange juice. I beg your ducking pardon? Putting mayonnaise in orange juice. Noah. Get the boat. This world is beyond saving. We should just push it into the sun and pretend we never saw it. Putting a donut in between 2 slices of bread. Damn, I thought the donut burger was a bit weird. That really depends on which sweets you use to simulate the bacon, cheese, tomatoes, etc. Also, which sauce do you use? Are you sure he's not referring to an actual hamburger with donuts for buns? Because holy F, it was so good. Could be. I'm also not 100% convinced that either approach wouldn't work. My sister poured her juice box over her mac and cheese and ate the whole thing. She was like 4 though. I would say I was sorry for her being burned at the stake for the sin at such a young age, but to be honest the world might be better without her. I agree, it was the worst thing I've ever witnessed. I once watched someone eat an onion like an apple. Edit. A word. I've heard of swallowing your words, but this is something new to me. Lol. Everyone at my fencing club drinks creamsicle juice. It's orange juice and milk mixed together. It curdles into a thin liquid with chunky bits of curdled milk floating in it like some demonic cereal. And big surprise, it doesn't taste like a creamsicle. That's just a shitty orange Julius. So the secret to orange Julius is just sugar. Get some Odge and dump a bunch of sugar in it. If you are a stickler for authenticity, mix it in a blender so it's frothy. No matter what it is, my dad will put chili sauce on food. I hate it. Whether it's chili flavored tomato sauce or Olsen Old Spicy sauce, hell drown out the flavor of the original food and I can smell it from across the table. It ruins food. He needs to stop. Dad, if you're somehow seeing this, you need to stop. We can smell it from across the table, seriously. Ah yes, my lovely wife, this birthday cake you made me will be the perfect vessel for my chili sauce. He has put it on chocolate cake. It's why I put it down the drain. Ancient Aztec kings used to prepare chocolate beverages with chili. Your daddy's clearly a man of culture. A visionary. Yeah, but I'm sure they didn't use it as a substitute for buttercream. A salad which included salsa, bananas, and tuna fish. We have finally found food that both tastes like and has the consistency of vomit. Not me, but my parents once met someone who made crepes and then put only ketchup on it. Just ketchup. Why? I mean, there are savory crepes. Savory crepes are delicious, but I have yet to see one that'd be improved by ketchup. Personally, the worst thing I've done is put Coca-Cola in a cup of coffee. Coke used to have a coffee flavored alternative they called Coke BLK. It was gross. Yeah, that S was ultra gnarly. I loved it as a kid. I knew I was alone in that after a few times convincing a friend to try it and seeing their face. I was not surprised when my mom told me she stopped seeing it at the grocery store. It was introduced in the US in spring of 2006. Discontinued in summer the next year. Worldwide production ended in 2008. Honestly surprised it lasted that long. My stepdad would sit down and watch TV and eat a block of cream cheese like a goddamn candy bar. Like sitting there holding it with the wrapper, eating it bite by bite. Sometimes accompanied with saltines or something. I watched him finish several blocks of cream cheese that way in the time I lived with him and my mom. I like cutting random squares of cream cheese and eating them. Ah, I see you are a man of culture as well. A woman. But thank you. No problem, that's just a meme template text. My wife is from Thailand and puts ketchup on pizza. It's not just her. It's a Thai thing. But it still hurts to watch her do that. We lived in a small Chinese city several years ago. We were so excited when a pizza place opened up. Western food was pretty hard to find. It was basically just ketchup on flatbread with Vegas. We were quite disappointed. A Pizza Hut opened later, and it was better, but also weird. It was like a high-end restaurant. They used what I would consider weird toppings like corn. I know someone who sugars their eggs. Only acceptable when the eggs are cooked with matza to make a dank matza bread fast. Also acceptable when making tamagoyaki, provided you also include soy sauce and mirin. I witnessed my brother dip a banana into a jar of pizza sauce. To this day I still refuse to eat his cooking. I don't trust his taste buds. Well, it's my sin. So, I was a kid. Went to Disney World with my family. We ate at Wolfgang Puck's. I ordered a tuna steak and made them cook it through. That tuna died in vain for my stupid, immature taste buds. Yeah, that's perfect. Now throw it in the trash. Apostrophe. What are you? A cat? I once saw someone put ice cream on a hot dog. And that's not all. He added salt. My sister used to eat cucumbers on pizza. Cries when my mother used to tell her that's messed up. That doesn't sound terrible. Not my cup of tea. But I like raw onion sprinkled on pizza. Somewhat similar as they're both a foil for the immense cheesiness. York peppermint patties on quesadillas. It was my brother who did it, and I make fun of him to this day. I'll admit it. I never toast or warm my Pop-Tarts. I eat them right out of the bag. That's not a sin. That was my to-go breakfast through HS and college. Grab the packet and eat on the way to class. Finally someone who understands. Laziness, toaster, always prevails. This girl I used to talk to put cheddar cheese on peanut butter sandwiches. I love old cheddar and peanut butter sandwiches. Sometimes I'll have a bacon cheeseburger with no condiments, just peanut butter on it. My GF adds ranch to all sorts of shit. Mostly pizza, but I lost it when she drowned a hot dog in it. I assume you mean former GF. Cooking a prime steak well done and adding ketchup. That's a felony in 27 states. Literally adding ketchup on every single thing they fucking eat. Denying food from the Mexican grandma at a family party. That's a food sin. Oh, that is pretty damn low. Only ahead of refusing a second helping. My friend eats pizza with a fork and uses it to dip it in ketchup. It's fucking disgusting. I put ketchup on my steak as a kid and my uncle got really mad at me. I hope you learned from this experience. My stepdad mixes sugar and mayonnaise and slaps that S on white bread. That sounds like knockoff Miracle Whip. I've done some food sins in my time. A few come to mind. Spaghetti in a burrito. Mac and cheese in a bagel sandwich. Not hot. A cold slab. I use spoons, not knives, to apply mayonnaise. Once created a sandwich with horseradish, sauerkraut, mayonnaise, Dijon, and hot sauce to try to literally murder my lips. I think one of the ingredients were expired. 2. And most unusual of them all, I eat limes. When I squeeze the juice out, I turn the halves inside out and eat all of the flesh. My mother has brought my empty half husks of lime peel, stripped bare, and asked me if I was a psychopath. Planned to make panna cotta and asked my mother to pick up gelatin. She asked if I was making tomato aspic. Not a technical sin, but my family did give me wide eyes when they asked what flavor was the panna cotta I made, and I answered sweet corn. It was delicious. My dad once caught me making quizo at 2 AM once. He yelled what the hell I thought I was doing. Without turning around, I responded with, cheese. Dad. He's caught me doing it twice since then, and I've become something of a minor legend in my family for making delicious quizo, but only in the dead of night. But on the bright side, I make panna cotta, crema brulee, eggs, and other food for my family. My brother and sister have both told me I make the best ramen they've ever tasted. I just so happen to become a cursed machine when I examine the fridge at 3 AM. Lol, I've made the first 2. Spaghetti burrito was surprisingly solid.